Hello. I have found out recently that a lot of interest has risen about the fifth dimension. And people are romanticizing it and fantasizing it and seeing it out of context. So what is the fifth dimension? Well, in order to understand dimension, let's go back to the 30s, 40s, and 50s when we lived in the third dimension. This means that we made matter very, very solid. It was height, width, depth, which is the third dimension. So even God, we made him into a three-dimensional creature. It was a man up there in the sky, something outside of us. And some people still believe that. But soon in the 60s and 70s onward, due to television commercialism and, even prior to computers, we began to live in the future. Planning, saving, investing, etc., etc. And this is fine. This is progress. But we became very time conscious. But through time consciousness came emotional pain. And we begin to suffer more emotionally than we've ever done before. This is because all emotional pain is time consciousness. As a matter of fact, we have developed three major problems in life, human problems, and that has to do with relationships, money, and health. And all have to do with time consciousness. If we think about health, we become very concerned and worried and age concerned. As we grow older, we have more problems or whatever. So we become very concerned about age and the future, getting older. And then we have about relationship. Relationship, it's all time consciousness. When we look at our partner, we see yesterday. We don't see now. And so there is no forgiveness. There is no really living in the moment, which is being. And the same with finances. Now it is true that financial problems are rampant. They're prevalent. But the point is that we have forgotten about abundance, which is part of being and not time consciousness. So we made money also very, very real, because it's part of our time consciousness. So again, we developed lack. But I'd like to go back to what I realized in the year 2000. You are a human being. And if we understand this, then all questions begin to fall away and reality will begin to set in. Human is a seeking, wanting, needing, striving, fearing, very time-conscious creature. Now you might say, why is that? Well, we chose that journey on earth because through it we discover being. Now being, on the other hand, you're a human being. Being, on the other hand, is not a something. It is not tangible. You cannot see it, you cannot feel it, you cannot taste it, but you are it. You see, you're always there. Can you think of a time when you were not? You just are a being, to be. You see, it is not something. So what is it? It is something beyond time. So are you beginning to see now that time consciousness is the only impediment? And the fifth dimension will be moving beyond time consciousness. So even negative pain, negativity, emotional pain will begin to subside because our vibration, which is, remember that we are, since we're living in time, we are bound by time, and therefore we think of ourselves as movements of energy, motion of energy. But as we begin to enter the fifth dimension, our vibrations begin so high, it's like spinning like a top, We move into being. So therefore, at that point, we begin to understand that time is relative, really. All that is a movement of energy. For example, Let's take everyday life. You know, we think in terms of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this happened, this is going to happen, and a sequential order of events following one after the other. And this is caused by the very movement of the universe. For example, the Earth rotating around the Sun, creating different seasons, and gives us the semblance of time. But all it is just going round and round and round, just like the clock. Nothing is going any place. It is just a movement of energy. So in the fifth dimension, we begin to realize that we are beyond the movement of energy. We just are. At this point, a human cannot understand, how can I live without planning? How can I live? Well, it doesn't mean you stop planning. You don't stop anything. You just realize that time is a concept believed to be real. It is a movement of energy. And you begin to understand this because your vibrations get so high that you begin to understand that which is real in you, the being. So in truth, we are a being playing the human role. So even the three problems that are so human now, which I repeat, are relationships, money, and health. As time consciousness falls away, they will become not problematic at all, because we'll begin to see the beauty and the energy of this moment as it is. So what we call being in expression is joy. It is love. It is really inner fulfillment. It is being, you see. Even though the body is aging and it looks old, yet you are that being. You're not conscious of it. Maybe when you look into the mirror, but you're not conscious of it. So, anyway, I hope that we begin to understand a little bit more about what the fifth dimension is. You are a being playing the human role. And you are always an eternal being. I hope this has been of help. Thank you.